Hi, this is Fred Tips and welcome to Funk 101. This is an introduction to one of my favorite guitar techniques, and although it's mostly rhythm, it also has its soloing applications, but more on that later. Let's start by dividing a single beat 4/4 and strum it with 16th notes in A minor or A minor 7, for example. A good exercise to get a hang of playing 16th notes, specific 16th notes within the quarter note, is to rotate or cycle through them. Now, what I mean is play the first 16th note of the quarter note, like this. Then switch to the second 16th note like this. And then the third. And finally, the fourth. Practicing these with a metronome is a must to keep your rhythm exact and tight. Next up, we will be expanding from a single bar to 2 bars of rhythm, as we'll be looking at the Clave and the Rumba Clave rhythms. Now, these are great starting points when learning funky syncopation. Syncopation means playing on the upbeat, which is one of the foundations of funk playing. So having a good sense of playing syncopated rhythms, playing on the upbeat, is a must. Being comfortable with that upward strum, that's very important. Okay, checking out the Clave, this is a rhythm that spans 2 bars and is made of a downstroke on the first 8th note of the second quarter, the first 8th note of the third quarter, and then in the second bar, the first 8th note of the first quarter note, the second 8th note of the second quarter note, and the first 8th note of the fourth quarter note. It sounds like this. And next up, you can reverse the bars. Like this. This pattern is called the Clave. It comes from Afro-Cuban music and is a really important foundation in funk. The first example I've shown you is the 2/3 Clave. And the second one is the 3/2 Clave. Now I'm going to show you the Rumba Clave, which has the final 16th note, which was first initially the 8th note, and now turned to a 16th note of the second bar, shifted towards the end in a 2/3 Clave, meaning it's almost exactly the same as a 2/3 Clave, but the final note is turned to a 16th note, and it's in the final quarter note of the second bar. It's played at the very end as the fourth 16th note of the fourth quarter note. Have a listen. Okay, that was the 2-3 rumba now. Let's reverse that to a 3-2 rumba. For example. Okay, that was it for the rhythm part of the Funk 101. Now let's check out a couple of single note funky lines. I'm sticking to the A minor pentatonic pattern. Please note that muting is essential for this technique to sound tight and precise. Have a listen. So I'm going to give you two exercises. One is with all downbeats and one is with all upbeats, and then it's up to you to mix it up. First, the downbeat example. And now all upbeats. And that is it. A good starting point to start listening to funk is Nile Rodgers from Chic, which is one of my favorites, and Jimmy Nolan, who played with James Brown, is another great player. And a really good place to source some interesting rhythms and inspiration for rhythmical playing are funk drummers like Bernard Purdie or Clyde Stubblefield, so be sure to check some of those out. If you have any influential players you'd like to listen to, be sure to mention them in the comments below, and for more content like this, click like, subscribe, and stay tuned for Fret Tips.